and welcome back to Tales of Symphonia. As you might be able to tell by the speed, I kinda got lost. So I sped it up a bit. So, yeah, no, I sped it up 5 times for this too, because I think it was 30 minutes. Obviously, when we found cutscenes, I did slow it back down. Because now we're talking about how dwarfs...
Ah, that takes me back to the, hey, what's wrong? Am I talking about your adopted father that's miles away in the village that was burned down?
I forgot about that, actually.
That's it, when they mentioned the dwarves, it was bringing back memories.
I know.
I remember when we were exiled from that village. Or banished, whatever it was.
One of the two. I think we can all guess what that is eventually, by the way. Just kind of found it early.
Probably one of the temples, yeah.
No, I remember how there was a Teth'ella renegade base?
Oh, wow, that's, yeah.
Yeah. That's coming up relatively shortly here. I don't remember what I was trying to do here. Oh, yes I do. But you can't do that yet, Kevin. Stop it. You can't do that yet. Get out of here. So, since I actually had access to the rest of the world now, you can actually start that side quest I was talking about, but it's in the middle of the island, so that's what makes it a little bit hard to get to, because obviously, since I can't fly at the moment, kind of can't get there at the moment.
Yeah.
He's your father, Luke.
Oh, I really wish Darth Vader spoke in a how would that accent be? I don't know. I'm your father, Luke. Search your heart and you'll find. Sorry. Do you know why I wear this breathing apparatus? I smoked menthols for 50 years.
I want to hear James Earl Jones on a smoker's voice now. That's what I want.
Take your father's advice, Luke. Turn to the dark side and don't smoke menthols.
Wouldn't that be? Do smoke menthols? You can't just kill a voice, but and you have this. See, the thing is, the dark side has this amazing healthcare plan. I just have to go excruciating pain, but I won't die from all my smoking.
I mean, I did kind of get roasted alive in lava, but the health and union benefits are pretty good.
I should be dead, Luke. I'm not even sure how I'm still alive, honestly. Meanwhile, I just slap your mother and she just dies from heartbreak. The heck's up with that?
I thought that was so weird the first time I saw it. I was like, oh, she's just gonna die of sadness.
It is a little bit, but I don't know how weird that is, because it's like you hear old people, and it's like they're.
But she's like 30 or like 20 something.
Right,
that's saying, what I mean.
Right, and that I get. I'm just saying, old people do die from heartbreak all the time, so that's why I'm not sure. You know, like for younger people, that would work.
Yeah, it's just. It seems like a fairy tale, and she was so sad that she died.
Well, I mean, it's Star Wars, so it is a fairy tale.
Well, I guess when they introduced midichlorians and
oh gosh,
everything else.
I forgot about midichlorians. And this wasn't needed until much later in the game either. Like, this is used, but not. This is like a side thing. And guess what? It's a hot spring. Guess what happens here? Ha ha ha. Typical anime trope. Ha ha ha.
They even say your eminence. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I was gonna say, good. It's not working. Get out. And seriously, this doesn't work for like another 30 episodes. So,
wow.
Yeah.
I've heard the hot springs here is excellent. That's why I'm standing here while it's under maintenance.
To be fair, he does say that, actually. We can't name the cats. That makes me sad.
That's racist.
I mean, technically that would be racist, actually, wouldn't it?
Or speciest or whatever.
Close enough. I mean, you know.
It cures many illnesses.
None that you can cure at the moment, because it's under repair.
I should know. I had bubonic plague before I went to the hot springs. Now everybody has it.
Now I'm not
Wait, is that the other way around?
Why am I not going fast? Oh,
Did
gotta
I
go.
say bubonic plague? I meant cholera.
Oh, gosh.
Don't worry. Leave it.
This is probably why, because there's an enemy we haven't seen. I think both. Like, there's a basilisk here. There's a giant spider, or a mantis. I don't think there's many spider enemies. I know we've seen some, but they're not common.
I absolutely hate spiders. They actually weren't too bad in Skyrim.
Oh, really? Skyrim was the one
yeah.
Skyrim was the one that really got me.
I mean, they're hyper-realistic, but the way they move is comical. I mean, they're still kind of make my skin crawl, but in Might and Magic, Dark Messiah, they move realistically in that, like all the legs move really slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that might have been why it affected me so much in Skyrim the first time. The first time I actually encountered them was that side quest that you have to do where they start dropping down from the ceiling.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Even right now, it's making my skin crawl because I'm thinking of a spider coming down off of my from the ceiling and on my head, and I'm just.
By the way, that's a fun
One time, I was laying down. I think I was resting my head on something you could rest your head on. I was laying down on the floor, and I felt like somebody was tickling my arm. So I was about to like smack their hand away and say, "Hey, stop!" And so I look, and there's a spider crawling on my arm, and I like flip out, like brush it off. I go nuts, and I think for the longest time I would always look under my pillow and under my blankets before I went to sleep because I had the worst fear that a spider would be in my bed.
I don't blame you. I'm not a fan of spiders either, honestly.
I've seen a spider come down from the ceiling, like on its web while I was in the shower, and that's made me freak out before.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I literally like took it by the web and just dropped it near the drain.
And I don't blame you for that.
Yeah, we get, at least where I live, I think we get wolf spiders. I think that's the ones, but we get not massive ones, but they're like ones the size of quarters.
Still too big.
Yeah. I think once my dad put a trap behind a sofa in our den, and I think maybe a couple years later we moved that sofa just to, I think, clean up, and there were like 8 dead spiders, like the big ones. So I was like, oh wow, if that wasn't there, they could have been anywhere.
The worst part is there's thousands of spiders in the walls at any time.
Oh yeah.
Wow. I'm glad for spiders, but I hate them.
Yeah, they kill the other bad stuff, but at the same time, just
Leave me alone.
Have a problem with rent.
Yeah. I mean, technically they do pay rent.
I mean, kinda. I don't know. Just,
we eat all these bugs that you don't want. What more do you want from us? Oi! And then they give you... Oh gosh, you're gonna really not like this part. Then about 8 times a year you get a tasty snack from them as they crawl into your mouth while you sleep.
I'm sure that is an urban legend, though.
I don't know.
Like, I'm pretty sure that's like an urban legend or like a myth people talk about.
See, the
every
thing
year,
is, you say that, but people have woken up with cobwebs in their mouth.
I mean, maybe some people, but it's sort of like the whole earwigs crawl in your ears and pinch your brain. That
might be true.
Because that's where earwigs come from. People thought they crawled into your ears and like.
Did that? Yeah.
Back when I was a kid, because I remember seeing one for the first time and like freaking out because I'm like, oh, there's a pincher on the back of it. What do I do?
Oh god, yeah. We have a boss going on, by the way.
One time, I was helping my grandmother move one of those, I guess, inflatable swimming pools, and we'd had it in the yard for a long time. And we lifted it up.
Mosquitoes?
And immediately not the mosquitoes, like it was empty. As soon as we lifted it up, I think we flipped it upside down, a centipede. Like immediately scattered off and it went straight to my arm, and I dropped the pool and like freaked out. And of course she's like, what are you doing? Why'd you drop it? I'm just like, what would you do if you just, all the bugs on the bottom of the pool
Went up
run
your
all
arm.
over the place, and a centipede heads straight for you. It's,
Yeah. Like, I don't think centipedes are actually the ones that hurt you, but at the same time, it's still like... I guess...
It depends on the species of it.
I
The
can see that.
centipedes are venomous because they bite and sting.
Right.
Millipedes are poisonous because if you touch or eat some ones, they'll actually poison you.
Okay. Either way, still not something, as you said, you want to mess with.
Ugh, just centipedes creep me out. As do scorpions, spiders, virtually any bug I hate.
Pretty much anything with an exoskeleton, then I would probably assume.
Oh, yeah, because it's terrible when you kill it and it crunches too.
Yeah. I'm trying to eat. I can't even enjoy my pot pie now.
Have you ever had yellow jackets get into your house?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, there have been times when you hear the buzzing and like, what is that? And like, oh, it's just a wasp that got in, and you're struggling to find something to hit it with, but you want to make sure you actually kill it when you hit it the first time, otherwise it's gonna come after you.
Otherwise it's gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
And the worst part is, yeah, I was gonna say, there, from my old house, there actually was a yellow jacket hive right outside my brother's room, so I was like, kind of glad that I don't live, I'm not there. Sorry,
like outside
buddy.
the house?
Like right outside his window.
Oh man.
So it's like I think we eventually took care of it.
That reminds me of a time from Catholic school where at a specific exit there was an actual like hive, I think, or yellow jackets. There was a wasp's nest, and everybody knew it was there. Like you would see it. I think one time one of the kids got really, really gutsy and chucked a football at it.
Oh gosh. I guess it's things
everywhere, and we're trying to get everybody away from it. We get it like because maybe in an accident, either they did it on purpose or it was an accident, but a football got chucked at it. I think eventually a janitor actually had to take it down and destroy it.
I'd be surprised otherwise, because it's like you got a bunch of dumb kids throwing footballs. Eventually, somebody's getting stung.
Another time, I think someone set off. They set off a stink bomb on the. It was a very, 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 very small. I could probably find a picture of it if I look on Google. It was a very small, I guess, courtyard front entrance or whatever, like blacktop where everybody would be for recess. And someone set off one of those. You hit it and shake it up, smoke like stink bombs. With the ones you get at the dollar store, and you heard it pop, and I saw the white smoke, and it was just the worst smell.
That sounds awful.
Another time, someone set one off in someone's backpack, so they had to buy them new textbooks and everything.
Gosh.
Because it's liquid, so the liquid got all over the books.
I believe it. I mean, that's their own fault for having a stink bomb, too.
Yeah, they set it off and put it in someone's bag, so no one noticed until we smelled it. And everyone's like, what's that smell? And then the person looked in their bag, and
there's a stink bomb. Oh, that poor... Did they have to pay for it, or was the person that put it... Did they find out the person who put it in there?
The person that put it in there had to pay for it.
Okay. I wasn't sure
they ruined that person's... No,
the
person didn't consent to them putting a stink bomb in their bag. So I
just
think
wasn't
they
sure
had to buy them new books and a new backpack and everything.
Right, I just wasn't sure if they'd found the person that had done it. That was what I was curious about. Because, you know, sometimes it's like, that happens, but nobody saw who it was.
Yeah, everyone... I think either he admitted to it or someone saw him do it or something.
Okay. It was like, I mean, I get a harmless prank, but at the same time, when that turns into a not harmless prank, it's time to man up.
I mean, it's funny when you don't do it and you're not the one getting in trouble. You say, "Oh, that's hilarious. He set up a stink bomb," but I would be
pissed.
Caught me doing that.
It's like, I mean, I don't mind stink bombs. It's just more so the other part of it, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, what else? People would pants each other. There was so much people would do in Catholic school.
Right.
I mean, people would wear gym shorts and then wear gym sweatpants over it, just so that they would have the novelty of faking being pantsed.
Probably not a bad idea, honestly.
So someone would run up and pants them and like, oh, haha, I'm wearing gym shorts.
And that's when they pulled the gym shorts, too.
I mean, I'm pretty sure someone did that before. And their underwear may have came down by accident, so they got in trouble.
Yep. I was going to say, just because you're learning about God there doesn't mean kids aren't idiots.
Oh, it's. I mean, not to speak ill of them. I don't know how they are today, but I think a lot of the people I was with weren't necessarily religious.
Hmm.
I didn't see a lot of the people I was in class with at mass.
I think that's probably the
So-
same. And to be fair, they could have been CEOs as well.
I mean, there was a person that I think he eventually got expelled or
Mhm.
suspended or whatever. He was a self-admitted atheist, and he always talked about how he was atheist, and that's why he said he didn't want to take the religion courses, and he felt he didn't have to. But I don't know. I think he eventually got expelled just because he was it just was really inconsiderate to the staff.
Right. I mean, obviously we'd want to have him there. That way he can eventually...
And that's why I think his parents sent him there for a reason. I'm assuming because it was a better education than the public schools, but
And I may have been hoping to help him come back to the light, but yeah. Sometimes that's hard, as you said. It's
yeah.
you think you're smart at that age, but when you get older, you find out you're not that smart.
Yeah, it gets worse when you're a teenager. That's when a lot of people go through their atheist religion is a lie phase.
It seems like Dawkins never grew past teenager.
Now he's on the sophisticated science and reason instead of faith phase.
No, he's on that teenager phase. Like, that's typically what happens about that
The teenager phase is, I think, like blind hatred, if anything, but the adult phase is like reason. I'm intelligent, therefore I'm not religious.
I think he has a lot of that blind hate, honestly. Just because it's like, didn't he pretty much say that, yeah, eugenics wasn't so bad. What Hitler was doing was bad, but eugenics isn't so bad. It's like, excuse me, no.
He's defending eugenics?
As far as I understand, he has.
Oh my gosh.
I do need to double check that, because that's just what I heard. And it's like, I've heard that Bill Nye doesn't actually have a doctorate, so he's not, like, a doctor. But at the same time, I need to confirm that, as opposed to just, oh, this is what I heard, but
Yeah.
look at me, I'm an idiot, I was wrong.
We'll never understand how if you bring up the Soviet persecutions against the religious, that was a state religion, doesn't count.
Yeah, and it's like, no, it does count,
But
I'm sorry.
If it was a state religion, it was still on the ideals of atheism and reason above faith. Like,
Right.
you can't discount the persecution of that by just saying, no, state religion.
Yeah. Which is really dumb that people even think that, honestly. But they, as you said, they definitely do, so. By the way, this puzzle's annoying, just because of how long it takes. We have to wait for the elevator.
The elevator's really slow, too.
Mm-hmm. Then we have to go change our ring back to normal, so we can change that sign up there. So it can, instead of taking a loop, it can go straight across, and then we have to go back down here, change it back to bomb. That way we can have a bomb for later. It's a mess. Like, I mean, it's an easy enough puzzle, but it's a time waster.
Yeah.
On the bright side,
What were you saying?
I was gonna say on the bright side, it's almost done.
Yeah, it seems you're close to it. I swear there was something recently that happened in the gaming world, but I can't. Like, other than, I guess, the Call of Duty getting a trailer, but other than that, I can't think of anything.
Mass Effect? I don't think we've talked about the new Mass Effect yet.
We may have, but yeah, that was a... that was...
Mess. Like,
That was
I mean, I don't agree with everything Donkey said. I don't agree with a lot of stuff Donkey says. But it's like, Donkey nailed a lot of the stuff on the head, but about Mass Effect Andromeda, there's one part that I disagreed with, how it's like, the improved gameplay in Mass Effect 2. I don't know about that. They made it more streamlined and easy to understand, sure, and then there were some other things about, like, this is where each part of the Mass Effect got better. It's like, I don't know. That kind of seems like it's subjective, honestly, for what he... But I can't remember specifically what he was talking about.
I just think everyone can agree that it was...
Bad.
Yeah, it's just... It was buggy, the acting was stiff.
And I'm trying to... what I'm curious about is, was it the Frozen Byte engine, or did EA finally kill BioWare?
A lot of people are saying EA killed BioWare. Everybody was saying that. Everyone's like, look at Knights of the Old Republic, look at all these things that they made. They said that Dragon Age Inquisition that's what started it.
I think Dragon Age Inquisition scored well, but I don't think the actual players enjoyed it. Is that correct?
I mean, I would know. I didn't play it, but I think I saw people saying that that's like where it started going wrong, and then Andromeda was just like, it's dead.
I could see that. I would probably actually go so far as Dragon Age 2. Mainly just because there was good to Dragon Age 2, but at the same time, man, those dungeons, am I right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, would you like to play the exact same dungeons 70 times in a row? You would? Wow, boy, is Dragon Age 2 for you. I don't know if I can judge it too harshly, though, because the thing is with that, technically Persona 3 and 4 are the exact same dungeon over and over again because they're randomly stimulated. There's not really any... And I think that's why they went for the fact, for the Persona 5, they didn't go for that except for, in that... What's that Subway verse? I can't remember at the moment.
Oh, the Mementos?
Yeah, Mementos. I think that's why they did that, because it's like... The fact is, it's pretty much the exact same dungeon that you're playing.
At least in 4, the different dungeon would be a different theme for a different person, but 3 was just... 3 is always climbing a level, and it just looks a little different each time, but I think because that's... The point of 3 is always climbing, always getting closer and closer to the end and to the truth, as opposed to 4, where it's just saving the people.
Which that part is true, and I do agree with that. Because, you know, that doesn't happen to make a lot of sense. I forgot about that. Oh! That's right, I forgot about that too. So we actually can't... You know that side quest I was talking about with the Devil's Arms? We actually can't start that side quest anyways until we get the first Devil's Arm, which is actually here. And the way that you get the Devil's Arm is really dumb. And you're about to... I think we get it this time. If not this time, we get it another time.
Oh, did you ever see the stuff for the new Lord of the Rings Shadow of Mordor? It's Shadow of War now.
Oh, is it? Oh, gosh.
You, I don't know, I feel like Tolkien's even more rolling in his grave, because now you can, I think, use drakes, which are like smaller dragons.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
You're gonna be taking over cities or fortresses or whatever with your own orc army.
I mean... Yeah, I was gonna say, if it makes you feel any better, Gerald Tolkien, at least EA doesn't own it anymore. I don't know if that helps or not.
Yeah, it's Warner Brothers now.
Yeah,
I don't think EA. Yeah, actually, yeah, they did, I think.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Warner
I
Brothers
was gonna say, I have, like, before I disliked EA, I have, like, one of the GameCube Lord of the Rings games.
Yeah, and Lord of the Rings Conquest, which was like Battlefield Lord of the Rings, was EA, and Pandemic. Another company in memoriam from EA. Pandemic was responsible for the Mercenaries titles as well.
And Destroy All Humans, weren't they?
Yeah.
Which didn't that just get a PS4 remake or something?
Yeah. I've been meaning to get that at some point. The first one is really good. The second one's pretty good as well, but I love the first one. It's all campy B-movie 50s tropes.
Oh, that's the game that I should play for us eventually then. Not Destroy All Humans, it's a... Hold on. I know what it's called, but I'm blanking on the name. Give me a second. I'm trying to remember.
Earth Defense Force?
Yeah, thank you. Earth Defense Force is a fun game.
Mercenaries... Well, the second one was alright, but it wasn't the best. I liked the first one. The first one was dark, and the setting was really... I don't know, it's hard to describe. Just from the colors and everything worked out well, but you were like a mercenary, and there was a new leadership in North Korea, and just all this... Just, it was so good. It was like discount Grand Theft Auto from when I was a kid.
That doesn't sound bad.
It was rated T, so I was like, yeah.
I think I've heard that's really good too.
I love it so much. I'll have to record it sometime.
Like, isn't there a really big fan community behind Mercenaries 2?
Mercenaries 2, I'm not sure. Mercenaries 1, I think people universally agree was the better of the two.
Okay.
I think Mercenary 2 is actually on PC. It's co-op as
I think
well,
it is.
and
I'm pretty sure it is.
I just don't know if the servers are working because I think they stopped on the consoles or they're bugged beyond belief.
I think they were GameSpy, so, I mean, there's probably private servers.
Yeah. Yeah, I think PC might have a way to work. I think you can have more than 2 people co-op. Either way, it's a, I don't know, it's a mediocre game, but in co-op, it's fun to just team up with someone and just blow stuff up. Like, you can get tactical nuclear weapons and just level an entire city block if you feel like it.
That kind of sounds like Red Faction a little bit.
The destruction isn't as, I guess, dynamic as Red Factions, but you can destroy just about any building, like, or bridge or anything. You can strap someone into a car and plow it into something and blow it up. You could call in a carpet bomb on a shanty town and watch every shack blow up.
Right. Go back. Well, I mean, on the bright side, we have to come back here anyways because of that gnome we talked to.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was just thinking, go back. You can start that side quest. Kind of. I
got you.
Yeah. As I said, we have to come back here anyway, so it doesn't matter.
That is a long puzzle.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't too long. It just feels like it because we did the same thing over and over again. The thing is, you have to remember the first 14 minutes of this were sped up. That way we could actually get to this point, which, if you think about it, since I sped it up 5 times, if I hadn't sped it up, this probably would have been an extra 2 episodes of us just, oh boy, we're just gonna go nowhere, aren't we?
Yeah.
For later on episodes, I just skip to the part where we need to be at, but for earlier episodes, like, okay, we haven't been here before, maybe some people would want to see how we got here. Alright, I'll leave this in. However, I'm not making it so it's 3 parts of just, alright, still waiting, haven't got there yet, see you next episode. So you know.
I called you a murderer.
Also, I would think that we would have voice acting. Once again, Tales of Symphonia, you have weird voice acting choices.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know, I figured this would be a very key scene that they would have people talking.
Right. Get out of here. Shoo. Alright, good. Fracking Colette. Bringing her heresy in here. First, they gotta ruin it enough with changing the Our Father. Now this? Get out. Oh. Sorry. Not trying to complain so much. I do really like this game. It's just there is some parts that's like, oh my gosh, please. I can see... The straw man is on fire! He is literally burning to the ground at this moment. I could not see him anymore if you were trying. That's not true. That would be Xenosaga. Or Xeno... One of the Xenogears.
It's either Xenogear or Xenosaga or Xeno... Shapalapa Ding Dong or whatever.
Yeah, that's the next title. That's after Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It's Xeno...
Tales of Xeno whatever.
Tales of Xeno Shapalapa Ding Dong. I'd play that for the title. Oh, can the second one be Tales of Xeno Shapalapa Ding Dong 2 Electric Boogaloo?
I wish we had Barry from Game Grumps right now to just... Barry, put that on the screen right now. Give me an image of this doing this. Do that instead. I
mean, I was going to say, we're still recording. If anybody wants to be our Barry, we could use a Barry.
Barry, put that in.
Slash a channel avatar. I don't mind editing. I just need some help. Well, actually, I'm not good enough with editing with that. But anyway, we need. If you guys want to help with the channel, we are more than willing to accept that.
He just needs to change his name to Barry just to make it that much better.
I don't know. I mean, it's like, is there like an old timey name of Barry that kind of sounds like it come from the Bible? Because that's what we need to do. Bartholomew?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Bartholomew. Put that in. Chop chop.
Maybe.
But either way, that'll do it for this episode. Thank you for watching, guys, and Pax Up Bonum.